boils down to this, right, folks. Of course, it's another absolute cracking semi-final on the agenda. It's Mexico, it's Honduras, who will, of course, go to the final. We're going to take a little look at that next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at the semi-final of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. It's Mexico, it's Honduras, and it's coming at you tonight. So, of course, get in amongst it and, of course, see who will come out on top. And we're going to take a look at it, all of it in a second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, Gold Cup, woo, football. We're going to all here under one rooski. That's right. Can Mexico make it to another final, make it another trophy? That's, of course, on the agenda. But can Honduras upset the apple cart and gate crash the final themselves? We'll take a look at it in a minute. Big shout out to the members and the patrons, you know who you are. But we are jumping the deep end, and we're going to preview this right now. That's right. It's Mexico. It's Honduras. It's coming at you tonight. So get involved and get invested and get behind your boys here. Mexico coming at you, though, as CONCACAF Nations League A quarterfinal winners. They secured their spot back on the 19th of November 2024. They've been here 18 times in the past, 26 times in total when you include the old rendition of the competition. They were here back in 2023 when they won the pissing thing. They've also won it back in 93, 96, 98, 03, 09, 11, 15, and 2019. They also won it in the old school rendition back in 65, 71, and 77. They're ranked 17th in the world according to FIFA. I do expect them to win the whole bloody thing, but they've got a sticky wicket here to get to the final. And, of course, they're going to look at the likes of Luis Malgalon to hopefully keep a clean sheet here. Isaiah Reyes at the back there. Cesar Montes as well moving forward. Luis Chavez, Alex Vega up top. The Jimenez and Jimenez duo up top. But this is, of course, the line. We could see a 4-3-3 with Malagón at the back there. Chavez, Vasquez, Montes, Sanchez, another Chavez in there. Alvarez, Ruiz, Vega, Jimenez, and Alvarado in a 4-3-3. Now, this is the journey so far for Mexico. They did open up with a 3-2 squeaky bum win over Dominican Republic. They continued their dominance with the 2-0 win over Suriname. Well, basically, since the Dominican Republic game, they have not conceded a goal in the tournament post that match. They did with a 2-0 win over Suriname. They picked up a 0-0 draw against Costa Rica, and they also picked up a 2-0 win over guest nation Saudi Arabia in the quarter-final stages. Of course, the group did end up looking like this, in a narrow coin flip between Mexico and Costa Rica. But right now, it's Honduras staying in the way of Mexico. So see who's going to come out on top. As we look at Honduras, surprised to be here. I am. I'm very happy that I'm very surprised that they're here, but I'm also very happy that they're here. They, of course, qualified not long ago, back on the 25th of March, 2025. They've been here 17 times in the current rendition, 23 times in the old school rendition of this competition. They were here back in 2023. They were runners-up in 1991. If they could beat Mexico today, they will match that. They will match that performance. And who knows? Who knows after that? They were also champions back in the old school rendition of 1981. They would love to do that in this rendition. They're ranked 75th according to the world of FIFA. I thought they'd tumble at the quarterfinal stages, so they've continued at least one step further than I expected. And these are the guys hoping to go one step further to a final here with Eric Menyavar between the sticks. They also got the likes of Julian Jose Martinez, Christopher Melines, the two Melines there, the Christopher and the Christopher, two of them. That's a tongue twister. There's a slight change in the name there. Luis Vega as well. Moving forward, Alexander Lopez, Edwin Rodriguez, Alexi Vega up top, like Luis Palma, Romel Quinto as well. Benucci leads the line, though, in this lineup with Menyavar, Rosales, Martinez, Malundo, Castaño, Arega, Flores, Quianto, Alvarez, Rodriguez, and Benucci up top. That's what we could see with these guys, and they're coming at you with this resume. They've actually had a long resume, long summer with World Cup qualifiers, including a 2-0 win over Antigua Barbuda. They followed that up with an absolute shambles result against Canada, 6-0 loss there, which of course put everybody on fear factor that they were going to tumble and be eliminated at the group stage. But they bounced back with a 2-0 win over El Salvador, massive win game there, and of course they followed up with a 2-1 win over Curacao to secure their spot in the knockout stages, where they took on heavyweights Panama, and guess what? They stood up, they delivered 1-1, it was, drug it to penalty shootout, and guess what? They held their nerve, that's right. So they did finish behind Canada, whopping goal difference, but of course they did get the victories and the goals to get them into this semi against Mexico now, of course. Now these two sides have played 25 times in 2003, 13 wins Mexico, 7 wins Honduras. There's been 5 draws between the two sides. Mexico have a 4-0 win on the record against Honduras. They have a 41 goals scored in the 25 matches, 1.64 goals a game. As for Honduras, of the 7 wins, 2-0 win was their best. They've scored 20 goals in the 25 matches, 0.80 goals a game coming into this. But this match at La Levi Stadium with Javier Aguirre in in the dugout for Mexico, coming into this 75% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 5. Up against Honduras under Ronaldo Rueda, 83% form for them right now. Just one defeat in the last 6. That one defeat was a big one. It was the Canadian one. Maybe it was, nerves getting settled into this thing. So the momentum perhaps is with Honduras here. They're not allergic to victories. It's just that massive one against Canada. Coming into this, though, and again, the recent record is pretty split between these two sides. Over the last 4, they've got a win apiece, 2 wins apiece, actually, 2 wins apiece. 4-0 win it was last time back in November 2024. Prior to that, 2-0 win for Honduras, of course. So looking back, it's not been catastrophic for Honduras. It's just hopefully the Levi Stadium is equipped with Honduras fans to get on board this one. So coming at you right here, and the public vote goes in favor of Mexico. 80% of the vote, 20% go with Honduras. The bookies, 3-1 on is your Mexico, 4-1 is the draw, 70-2 is of course the Honduras victory here. But what about me? What do I think about this? Now, I said this in the other preview. If you haven't done it, my heart would love to see Honduras go through to the final. Would love to have a Honduras Guatemala final. That would get numbers. That would get numbers in the stands. It would get numbers on the couch. Of course, we need something different than a bog standard, boring USA Mexico final. We don't want that. A Canada, Costa Rica, Panama would have been something else. That would have given us something a little bit more variety here. But unfortunately, that's the roll of the dice here. That's what it seems to be. So I'd love for Honduras to win, and I'll be cheering on Honduras for this one. Even though I love the Mexicans, that's right. I just think Mexico have too much class. Go for the biggest win here as well. I'm going for a narrow, squeaky bum win, 2-1 win. We might get a little bit dicey towards the end there, and they'll snatch it. But unfortunately, the head rules the heart in regards to football. So I'm going to back the Mexicans to make up another USA-Mexico final. Let me know your thoughts and opinions as we look forward to this and much more on the channel. But until then, subscribe. See you soon. Until then, we are done.